Hello friends and welcome to Penla Media, and today we'll be discussing daily current affairs of 11 June 2020. So let's start the session. First news is signing of MOU between NCERT and Rotary India. So recently a memorandum of understanding was signed between National Council of Educational Research and Training NCERT and Rotary India. This MOU has been made for providing e-learning telecast content on all NCERT TV channels from class 1 to 12th. Under Vidyadan 2.2, Rotary International will provide e-content in Hindi language to NCERT for all subjects from class 1 to 12th. This high-grade study material will be very beneficial for all school children. In addition, Rotary International will also contribute to the adult literacy mission by providing materials for children with special needs. It will also provide teacher training material, and education has been severely affected due to coronavirus infection, COVID-19 pandemic, and hence this decision was taken. The National Council of Education Research and Training, that is NCERT, it is an autonomous institute of Government of India that was established in 1961. Now let's see the question. Which of the following statements is correct? First, the National Council of Education Research and Training is an autonomous body of the Government of India. Second, recently the Council has signed an MOU with Rotary India. So, first only, second only, both 1 and 2 and none. So, the correct answer is option C, that is both statements are correct regarding NCERT. Moving to the next news, 16th meeting of Cabinet Ministers for review of COVID-19. Recently, the 16th meeting of Cabinet Ministers was held to review COVID-19. The meeting was chaired by Health Minister Harsh Vardhan. It was informed in the meeting that in the case of COVID-19, India's position is much better than other countries in the world, but in this case, no caution can be reduced. Precautions need to be taken care of, and at present there are 958 specialized hospitals for the treatment of COVID-19 in the country, with 1,67,000 separate beds and 21,000 ICU beds and also 21,000 ventilators available in the country. Currently, more than 1,29,000 people in the country are infected with corona, and the rate of corona recovery in the country has exceeded 48%. Now let's move to the question. What is the present rate of recovery from corona in the country? More than 48%, more than 58%, more than 68%, or more than 38%? So the correct answer is option A, that is more than 48%. Moving to the next news, signing of an MOU between JNCASR and Breath Applied Sciences. Recently, Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Higher Scientific Research has signed an MOU with Breath Applied Sciences. The MOU was for large-scale production of clean fuels and other useful chemicals such as methanol from carbon dioxide. Also, under the agreement, 300 kg of carbon dioxide will be converted into useful chemicals daily. After 1 year, this quantity will be increased to 500 tons. Breath Applied Sciences is a private limited. It was established in March 2016 and it is headquartered in Bangalore. Now let's see the question. Recently, Jawaharlal Nehru Higher Scientific Research Center has signed an MOU with Breath Applied Sciences for which purpose? Achieving clean fuel from carbon dioxide for road construction, to improve air quality, to improve health quality. So the correct answer is option A, that is achieving clean fuel from carbon dioxide. Moving to the next news. Central government increased the custom duty on bamboo from 10% to 25%. Recently, the central government has increased the custom duty on bamboo. Recently, the central government has increased the customs duty on bamboo imported by agarbatti manufacturers from 10% to 25%. Now, all importers of bamboo, they will have to pay 25% of customs duty, and this decision has been taken with the aim of promoting the use of bamboo grown in the country under the Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme. Abuse of rules relating to bamboo imports at a uniform rate will be prohibited. Also, it will benefit farmers and small agarbatti manufacturers. Earlier, only big agarbatti manufacturers were able to take advantage of this as they used to import bamboo at low rates. Scientifically, bamboo is not a tree but a grass, but the Indian Forest Act 1927 considers it a tree. After the amendment of the Indian Forest Act of 1927, bamboo has been removed from the category of a tree. Now there is no restriction on growing or cutting of bamboo trees outside the forest. Now let's see the question part. Recently, the central government has increased the customs duty on bamboo imported by agarbatti manufacturers from 10% to dash 20%, 30%, 25% and 15%. So the correct answer is option C, that is 25%. Now let's see the next news. Global leaders will not go to New York to attend the annual session of the United Nations General Assembly due to COVID-19 pandemic. And for the first time in the 75-year history of the United Nations, global leaders will not go to New York to attend the annual session of the United Nations General Assembly due to COVID-19 pandemic, and the conference was to be held in New York from 22nd September this year. Talking about United Nations General Assembly, it is one of the 6 major organs of the United Nations. Its headquarters are located in New York, United States. It was founded in 1945 and its president of the United Nations General Assembly is Tijani Mohammad Bande. Now the question part. Where is the annual conference of the United Nations General Assembly held every year? Delhi, New York, Rome or Paris? So the correct answer is option B, that is New York. Moving to the next news. Environmental Performance Index 2020 released. Recently, Environmental Performance Index 2020 has been released. This is the 12th edition of this index. It is produced on a biennial basis, that is, it is produced in every 2 years by Yale University and Columbia University. The index ranks 180 countries based on 32 performance indicators in 11 categories covering environmental health and ecosystem strength. This index was first published in 2002. It aims to meet the environmental goals set in the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. Denmark has ranked first in this index, followed by Luxembourg and Switzerland, while United Kingdom was ranked 4th. India has ranked 168 out of 180 countries in the Environmental Performance Index 2020, and all South Asian countries except Afghanistan are ahead of India in the rankings. Earlier in 2018, India's rank was 177th. So the question can be asked that what was the rank of India in 2018, or it can also be asked that what is the rank of India in 2020 Environmental Performance Index. Now the question part. India's rank in the recently released Environmental Performance Index 2020 is dash 175, 168, 150 and 145. So the correct answer is option B, that is 168. Moving to the next news, Gairsene declared summer capital of Uttarakhand. Recently, Gairsene has been formally declared the summer capital of Uttarakhand, and this Gairsene is located in Chamoli district. It will be developed as an ideal seat of administration, and the Legislative Assembly of the state is located in the winter capital of Uttarakhand, which is Dehradun. Uttarakhand was carved out of northern Uttar Pradesh on 9 November 2000 as the 27th state of India. The Chief Minister of Uttarakhand is Trivendra Singh Rawat and its governor is Baby Rani Maurya. Now let's see a question. Recently, Gairsene has been declared the summer capital of which state? Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Uttarakhand or Sikkim? So the correct answer is option C, that is Uttarakhand. Moving to the next news, Naimisha 2020 Summer Art Program being organized online. Naimisha 2020, a summer art program, it is being organized by the National Gallery of Modern Art, which is under the Ministry of Culture. And this event will be held from 8 June to 3 July 2020. 4 workshops will be organized under the online Naimisha 2020 program. It is an initiative to provide participants and art enthusiasts a chance to practice and others to learn from artists. The program includes online workshop sessions on painting, sculpture, printmaking and Indrajal, the magic of art. What is Naimisha? Summer Online Art Program, Earth's new satellite, ISRO's mission, new species of butterfly. So the correct answer is option A, that is Summer Online Art Program. Moving to the next news, India's first online wastage exchange platform launched in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh government has launched the country's first online waste exchange platform, and CM of Andhra Pradesh, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, launched this platform on 5 June 2020 on the eve of World Environment Day 2020. And what was the theme of World Environment Day 2020? This year's theme was celebrating biodiversity. This will help the authorities to monitor the real-time movement of hazardous waste using the equipment included in the platform. The platform will be operated by AP Environmental Management Corporation. Now the question, in which state country's first online waste exchange platform started recently? Kerala, Gujarat, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So the correct answer is option D, that is Andhra Pradesh. India's first online waste exchange platform launched in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh government launched the country's first online waste exchange platform. Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh government Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy launched this platform on 5 June 2020 on the eve of World Environment Day 2020. This will help the authorities to monitor the real-time movement of hazardous waste using the equipment included in the platform. The platform will be operated by AP Environmental Management Corporation. This corporation will streamline the collection of waste from industries, separating and streamlining waste as hazardous, non-hazardous and e-waste by category. It will then scientifically dispose of the waste at various waste disposal centers. Now the question part, in which state country's first online waste exchange platform started recently? Kerala, Gujarat, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So the correct answer is option D, that is Andhra Pradesh. Moving to the next news, June 9 Coral Triangle Day. Every year, Coral Triangle Day is celebrated on 9 June. The purpose of celebrating this day is to conserve and raise awareness about the sea, especially about the Coral Triangle, which is the world's marine biodiversity epicenter. The center consists of 6 countries in the Asia Pacific region, that is Indonesia, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Solomon Islands and Timor-Leste seas. The Coral Triangle is the epicenter of the world's marine biodiversity. It is one of the 3 mega ecological complexes on Earth. The other 2 mega ecological complexes are the Congo Basin and the Amazon rainforest. Now the question part, Coral Triangle is celebrated every year on 2nd June, 7th June, 5th June and 9th June. So the correct answer is option D, that is every year on 9 June Coral Triangle Day is celebrated. So friends, here we have comprehensively covered daily current affairs and related questions. I hope you like this session. Like it, share it as much as you can. If you have any doubt, you can mention it in comment box. You can also read these current affairs from our website pendulumedu.com and you can also download the PDF. And these current affairs are available in Hindi also, so you can also read them. And subscribe to our channel Pendulum Edu and do not forget to press the bell icon to receive notification and keep preparing with us. All the best. Thank you.